Okay, hey, this is James. Wow. So I watched one of my old videos, the only one that seems to get a decent amount of views, for my channel, anyways. Uh, and it started off slow, and I, was listening, and man, this shit just got real as hell, and I was really sucked into the fact that you know, it, I could definitely feel what I was feeling in that moment just by watching it again. Anyways, it's that was a long time ago. That was from 2020 in July or June or something like that. It was a long time ago. And now it's May of 21, like almost a year later. So I think a lot of things just happened different since then. I mean, just in general, I feel different. Um, and it's really weird because I had a lot of behaviors and a lot of inclinations that I was feeling like moving in a certain direction, but I didn't realize that there was a name for it or that other people were doing it. Um, like the red pill and MGTOW and all that. I didn't realize I didn't realize that it was as dramatic as it was, and I thought like I was kind of crazy for feeling that way. But I mean, the thing is that I was already following that before I even knew that there was a hashtag anything. So it's not like I heard some philosophy and then decided to follow it. No, I was trying to find myself. Period, and it ended up in that way, no matter what. And I found a sense of peace. I found a sense of happiness, and things are a whole lot better. I mean, then I definitely, in my own coach, my own motivator, my own disciplinary. I'm my own everything. Like I definitely have looked within. A lot of things have changed since then. I'm doing really good at work. I ended up picking up a second thing that's possibly going to lead to a career, and I'm a freaking go getter at this point. Like I'm working 14-hour days, sometimes two jobs, going from commuting and doing two jobs in one day. Like tomorrow, I got a full day doing two jobs. Commuting to another town and doing some work there, finishing that, coming back to hometown and closing. You know, and I'm making decent money or whatever. But it'll eventually lead the reason I'm commuting. I'm doing training. That'll lead to possibly a career path that will give me some real good earnings. You know, so I'm looking forward to this. I'm already like about a weekend, and the second gig that I'm doing, I'm working with animals, so it's really really something good. I mean, I feel really happy about it. But I've definitely found a sense of peace now that I'm really not really I'm really not involved with girls in general. It's not like I'm turned off to women completely, but I'm definitely turned off to a lot of the stigma and everything that goes along with it. Like there's no piece of me that is actively feeling like I want to pursue like any girl, no matter how good she looks or whatever, especially the good looking ones. I have no I don't feel like it. I just don't. Uh, it's not that I'm worried about getting rejected. It's just I think I think beyond I think beyond the initial um, meeting and talking and all that stuff, beyond to the part where there's the lying and the deception and basically um, the turmoil that comes with it and all the expenditures and you know what I mean. Like I have a plan at this point. I have a plan with my life, you could have asked me back when when I was making those videos originally. I haven't made one of these videos in a while. You can ask me back then. Couldn't tell you. I wouldn't and I couldn't tell you what I was gonna do the next day. I didn't honestly want to think about it because it was too much. But now I have like weeks ahead of me planned out. I see a path that I'm heading towards, and there's a goal at the end of it. I do have goals now, you know. And I fit in a lot of stuff to my regular, you know, daily activity. Like I can't believe for a person basically with no social life, because I really don't. I have no friends. I mean, the only person I really socialize and I do a lot of socializing with is my daughter. She's 18 years old. She's graduating. Where we go work out together and hang out after work. You know, if she's not in her room because she's a teenager. But you know, I have a dog, and I don't know. There's really not much of me that I feel like I'm lacking. Sure, it would be nice to have someone to talk to and all that stuff, but I also see that is a bad thing completely. Like I don't want to validate anybody else. I mean, at this point, I feel like I'm more valuable, way more valuable. The thing is that I knew all this stuff, or maybe maybe I didn't. I just was so carefree as a teenager and such basically probably an asshole and a dickhead. Girls really liked me back then, and because I was such a dickhead, I didn't realize that was the attractive part of me. Yeah, they all hated me afterwards, but that hatred is because they thought about me for many years, and I usually hit it like 7 years later or something. But I don't. The thing is why was I even going for those type of girls in the first place? For the quick and instant gratification, satisfaction, whatever you want to call it. And that's not never what I intended. Because then down in my deep heart, I wanted something that would last forever and someone to not leave. And as I got older and relationship fell apart, kind of one after another, I realized that I wanted that even more, and that it was fleeting from me. The more I wanted it, the more it fleeted away from me. So I just, it's not worth chasing, like I realized the only real investment I can make is in myself. You know, I'm doing it. I'm going to the gym, shit. I I working two basically full time jobs, or as close to full time. I mean, that is my intention. I'm still pretty new in there, like, so fitting it into my sleep schedule and all that other stuff is difficult. And plus, driving 45 minutes or something to get to the other place and back and all that is really difficult. Like, I find myself falling asleep on the way home every day. But, I have to second wind and then push through to close at the other place, what? So it's kind of hard. But I wonder, like, not everybody else is doing this. And this time there's no distraction. That's what I found out. Another thing too, like I usually get really emotional, and I realize a lot of my younger and older videos, my younger life and my older videos, that I was really emotional. And I don't know. I'm not. I don't know if this is true or not, because I haven't really delved into it, but I noticed that I'm feeling less emotional pull from like music and movies and stuff. I still sort of sense the same emotion that I felt then, but it doesn't come pouring out of me. And I don't know why that is right now. But I definitely feel most of the time in a really good mood. Something has to happen that's kind of weird. That was really unexpected, or very troublesome for me to lose my temper. But beyond that, like, I can usually just forget about it, and I've done pretty well for the most part for the last couple months. Consistently, that I can get away with stuff, at work, coming in late or whatever. They don't really jump down my throat. I mean, it's things are just working out, and because I've stood up for myself and basically demanded on what I wanted. So I don't know how else to say, but if anybody has watched any of my other videos, I hope that they can see a difference, and that somehow my advice is helpful, because I tried to give the best advice I could back then, and I just wanted to be as real as I could in the situational moment, like, and I can definitely see that. And the same thing, I feel that right now. Like I'm just trying to tell you how I feel now and what I'm doing, and I honestly, like, it to me, when I go to sleep at night. No, there's nobody there to pat me on the back except for me, but I can pat myself on the back for the most part. Like, I'm really pushing myself. I feel like what I'm doing is the right thing. It's a good thing. I'm helping. I'm being productive. I have goals. So I want, other men in this situation to feel the same, you know type of drive, like to invest in yourself. I mean, that stop giving compliments, stop saying you're sorry. Go for the things that you want while you have the time, and stop. You know, any type of thing can be a distraction. Now, this might sound messed up, but even my children are a distraction of some sort. But I will make that excuse for them because they are my children. You are a woman who is not related to me by blood, and you know because I have kids, they're always going to come first. And in the past I would forget that sometimes. So that's all I'm trying to say. Anyways, I hope you have a good one, and make sure you get some sleep, eat, go to the gym. I suggest that, definitely. Make it a habit. All right, have a good one.